Good morning, Ranger Dave. Once again, this is West Valley Rural. We're gonna go back. Here we're gonna get, another episode or another time. We're gonna go back in the kitchen again. It's not the size of the kitchen; it's what you do with that kitchen. So again, everybody loves these big kitchens, and I get that. That gives you more options. But the amount of people I've known over the years that have these huge kitchens, and they never do anything more than park pizza boxes. Hopefully that's not you. But anyhow, in our little small kitchen there, we do some wonders. So today we're going to be doing something called lemon curd. I'm not a foodie. I know what I like, and sometimes it's like, what is lemon curd? Well, it's kind of an ingredient, so to speak, or something that you put with other things. And you can buy it in the store, or you can make some seriously good lemon curd at home. And it don't take much. So we're going to do some lemon curd and essentially show you how easy it is to do it. And maybe you'll make some of your own, and we'll see. Let's see how that goes. Let's go get started. Okay, what are we making now?
Okay, so this, we have a ton of citrus, like a ton of citrus. So normally we just like make lemon juice and lemonade, that kind of stuff, freeze it all for juices. But with doing more and more meats, the freezer space is really at a maximum. So I don't really want to freeze all this stuff. The lemon curd, it takes up the juice and makes this lemon pudding type stuff. So it's just another way of using all that citrus that we're pulling off of the trees. It's super, super simple. You just make like a heated custard, but with the lemon flavors. So it produces what's called lemon curd. I don't know why it's called lemon curd. Essentially, it's like lemon pudding, but you can fill thumbprint cookies with it. You can, use it to fill a lemon meringue pie. That's the middle part of the lemon meringue pie. You can use it to make lemon bars, whatever you want to do with it.
Ruby's lemon bars.
Yeah, Ruby's lemon bars. Yummy, yummy. But anyway, we, we're always kind of bummed long about August, September because there's no more citrus on the trees. And like, what do you do with all the, we have lemon juice, but nothing else that's actually made from it. So lemon curd, you can actually can it and it will last anywhere from 3 to 4 months. But it also freezes and is good for about the same amount of time. So I will probably do both this year and see what I prefer. You can dehydrate it and then reconstitute it. The dehydrated dehydrators are hugely expensive. But if you dehydrate it, it will last for a year or two. It's not like some of the other things that you can dehydrate and it'll last for 25 years. It has eggs in it. It has the viability of about the powdered eggs that you would dehydrate. But the eggs are the limiting factor. So I wouldn't, keep it around very long. So, but making the curd out of it this way, I can freeze it in the freezer and it'll be good a few months from now. Or if I can it, water bath canning it, it'll be around a few months. So
what's all in this?
All right, well, stop right there and I will be back to tell you.
All right, we got the stove lit.
Okay. Stove's getting finicky. It does not always heat up or start when it's supposed to. So lemon curd is essentially lemon juice and sugar with something to thicken and stabilize it. So lemon juice, sugar, zest from the lemons, eggs, and butter is all that goes in here. I don't even put any salt or anything like that. The recipes don't call for it. You can find a boatload of different recipes out there that tell you the ratio of the eggs to the butter to whatever. Most of them will have you separate out egg yolks versus a whole egg. And then they have you temper the egg yolks, and it's just this whole long drawn out process. The easiest recipe I have found is from allrecipes.com. And I think that even the name of it is Perfect Lemon Curd. So that will give you the exact measurements of everything. But essentially you just put everything cold in a pan, scramble up your eggs a little bit so you've kind of broken into those proteins, and start mixing them a little bit. Add in the sugar and the lemon juice and the butter, and just cook until it thickens.
It takes a while.
It takes a while. Anywhere from 5 to 12 to 15 minutes.
That you're just standing here stirring.
Yes. The most important thing with making lemon curd is to do it slowly. Because if you're not patient, and if you try and cook this too fast over a high flame, you're going to burn it, and you're going to scorch your lemons. And again, that smells disgusting, and nobody wants to deal with that.
It will not taste right.
So, if you are patient, you can make the perfect lemon curd. Medium to low heat, just sit here constantly. This is not something that you will leave on the stovetop and walk away. You will constantly stand here and cook this for however long, 5, 10, 12 minutes.
Wear comfortable shoes.
Yes, or no shoes.
Or
I have
no
my
shoes.
shoes off right now. But you cook it till it gets to what's known as the custard stage. I don't remember the temperature of that. I think like 160, 180, something like that. But it's that whole thing where it coats the back of a wooden spoon. This is not going to be super thick like a pudding to see that clear line where it coats the back of a wooden spoon. So I don't know if that's going to show up on the video. But if you know what I'm talking about, coats the back of a wooden spoon, that's how long you cook it. And you will start to see it visibly thicken in the last couple of minutes. What you're trying to get to is the stage where it thickens itself. There's a protein in the egg that will thicken at temperature. And then you want to go just a little bit longer than that so that it stays thick. If you don't go to that custard stage or cook it long enough, it will just become thin and runny again because that protein is not cooked out of it. So
you do want to take this to the bitter end, and
yes, it has to go to that custard stage.
Something that for somebody to be impatient with or to do when they're distracted.
No. Oh, Lord, no. And trust me, I'm easily distracted, so no. But this lemon curd...
so don't be cooking this when you got a baby running around or a toddler.
But what we found out at dinner tonight, because I'm going to make a trifle with this on the weekend, the baby likes this lemon curd mixed into cottage cheese. And she just goes to town on that cottage cheese. It's like the best thing since sliced bread, man. You got to make sure that she doesn't see the cottage cheese until she's actually finished her dinner. So if you want her to eat like eggs or the bread or whatever before she gets that.
Yeah, Rachel sees cottage cheese and pushes everything else out of the way.
She's a little nutcase. So, but cottage cheese with lemon curd, oh man, it's like a whole other level. So
then we had vanilla ice, our vanilla ice cream last night with the lemon curd.
Homemade vanilla ice cream and lemon curd. Ooh, yummy! Because the curd was still warm, so you put it in with the ice cream. Oh, it's just yummy.
We made this. We made this last night, and it hadn't cooled off yet, so we got out the ice cream.
What I forgot to do, Dave? You forgot
set
to
the
tell me
timer.
To time this. So
well, you're gonna cook.
I'm gonna change this out real quick to my wooden spoon, so don't let that burn.
Okay.
This is essentially done when it hits that that custard stage. But if you did get distracted, if you didn't stir it quite the way you wanted to, or you just notice there's little flecks of eggs in there, because sometimes the eggs stick on the bottom. You never know. But you can ensure that it's super creamy and doesn't have the eggs if you just strain it. So strain it into whatever container you're going to put it in the fridge.
You don't have to strain it.
You don't have to.
But if you thought it was too thin,
yeah.
then
And
you might
some
strain it.
people, you put the lemon zest in it, and you can like put the lemon juice and the lemon zest off of the lemons. I actually didn't put any zest in here. But
So you can see how that's getting
you
really
can
kind of
pulse
thick.
it.
So yeah, you can see
Yeah,
that.
that's
You
it.
can see
You
that.
can?
Yeah, barely.
Okay, so that has hit that hard that stage. But you can take this lemon zest into a Ziploc with the sugar and crunch it with the sugar, and the sugar crystals will break down that zest even further and get the oils in there, so it's even more intense flavor. You can also pulse it in a food processor, and that oil from the zest will get incorporated to the sugar. Now I can see like there's right there. See, that's part of the egg that got cooked, but it's like not enough for me to really care. So I'm not gonna strain it, but that's what you would be straining out.
Oh yeah.
And some people, just probably because I was talking and didn't stir it when I turned it off, so it was still cooking a little bit. Some people don't like the feel of the zest, but they want the oil and all of that, the intensity of the flavor from the zest. So you can cook it with the zest and then strain it at the very end, and that pulls out the zest. And again, you have this really creamy, thin, luscious lemon pudding. So you don't have to strain it, but you can. But that is all the way done.
All right, so we're just going to do what? We're just pour it in a mason jar and let it cool?
Yeah, this, I doubled the recipe for this. If you cook the recipe like 3/4 sugar to 3/4 juice, I think it is, 3/4 cup, it'll make a little less than a quart. So like a little over a pint. I would recommend putting it in a quart jar, not a pint jar. But it won't fill the whole quart jar. This doubled fills the quart jar with a little bit extra. So it's not quite like another pint or another jar. It's enough to fill the quart jar for your recipe. Like I want to put this in a trifle on Sabbath. And then we could have a little bit on the ice cream again tonight. So anyway, that's the lemon curd. I'm not sure if like I'm going to use this in recipes or if I'm going to can it yet, but I will try canning it at some point. And then I'll do the frozen curd against the canned curd and decide which is the best way I want to preserve it into the summer months. So, all right, that's done.
That's it. That's our lemon curd.
The jars.
Well, you know what lemon curd is now? I hope you do. And it's time to go get some vanilla ice cream, or maybe some cottage cheese, or I'm waiting for the wife to put that in some donuts. That's what I'm really waiting on. So make some donuts and put that lemon curd in those donuts. Again, there's a lot of things you can do with it, and now you know how to do it. And hopefully you get busy in your kitchen, whether you got a big kitchen or a small kitchen. Let's get busy and clear. It's time to clear that kitchen island that's big enough to park a Buick. Clear the pizza boxes off of it. Let's get busy in your kitchen. And we'll see you next time on West Valley Rule.